Good morning. So how's everybody doing? Yes, I'm on the road again. I wanted to share something with you guys. I know that there's sometimes, we go through things in life, struggles in life, whatever it may be, a job loss, a relationship loss, an illness, which is something that I'm currently going through. Not my own illness, but a loved one. And, sometimes it seems like we take a step forward and somehow we wind up getting pulled back 2 steps. It seems like sometimes when you feel like you're making progress and you feel like then all of a sudden you turn around and you've regressed. You get that job which you thought it was the perfect job, what you were always hoping for, and somehow it turns out to be not what you were hoping for, or it turns out to be a short-term job. Or the same thing with a relationship. You found that person that you always thought was, your soulmate, the person that you were meant to meet, meant to marry, and you invest time into it, weeks, months, maybe even years, and it turns out that it's not what you were hoping it was going to be, and things like that. We go through things like that in life, and it can be very disappointing when you take a couple of steps forward and then you get pulled back. But the goal is, as long as you don't get pulled back further than where you started, because it's good to know that just because you've progressed or you made, you've taken some step forwards, that you're not always gonna continue going forward without experiencing some setbacks, some trials, some tribulations. And so, when I speak of that, I'm talking about, because the reason that I want to talk about this is because, if you've watched my past couple of videos, I have, my brother was going through some health issues. And, he was doing good the last couple of days. I went to my sister's house, I got him, I gave him his antibiotics, helping out, and, took him out of the house to get some fresh air, or nice air here in Florida. We even went for ice cream yesterday, and went for a walk on the beach the day before that. Not overexerting him, but just got out for a little while just to get him back into the swing of doing things. And sadly, this morning we had an episode where I won't go into details, but my brother's back in the hospital now, and so I was thinking about that because I had to drive from Naples to Miami 2 hours to pick up a piece of paper, and now I'm driving back. So 4 hours to pick up a piece of paper. So anyway, as I'm driving there, I'm thinking about, I'm asking the Lord, I'm like, why? He was doing so good. It looked like he was coming along. I knew he still had a long road ahead of him. Yeah, he and I actually sat down and went through a list, a plan of goals that he can, achieve in the next couple of months. Slowly, one step at a time, and he's being patient. He goes, I know it's going to take time. But then we had this really bad regression this morning. Right now he's in the hospital. He's sedated, heavily sedated, and so I'm asking the Lord, I'm like, why? I thought we were out of the woods. I thought that we were going to be okay. Well, he was going to be okay, and I'm reminded, what Jesus said. Jesus said many, many times in the Gospels, he said that we must endure. He who endures to the end. And he even speaks a lot about endurance in Revelation chapter 2 and 3, when he speaks to the 7 churches. And so I'm not going to allow this to get me down, but instead it's going to push me to trust and depend even more on the Lord. And, trust in him that he's the only one that can get my brother through what he's going through right now. And if the Lord is going to give him a second chance, opportunity at life to do things the right way, the way he should have done from the beginning, not that we always do everything perfect, we all make mistakes, but if the Lord truly is going to bless him with another opportunity to do things right, to reconcile himself to the people who he's distanced himself from, and the many other things that he needs to work on, I truly believe that the Lord will heal him. So, with that, I just want to encourage you that if you are going through something and you've experienced some setback and that and what you're going through, you thought you were, finally out of the woods, you thought you were out of that pit, and for some reason you feel like you slipped back, you slipped back into that sin, that thing that, you tried so hard to let go, but it called you back and you slipped back into it. It doesn't mean that you have to stay there. There's always, as long as you have air in your lungs and life, you still have an opportunity to progress, to get past whatever obstacle has brought you back. So anyway, I hope this video encourages you to don't allow the setbacks to keep you back, but instead use those setbacks to motivate you to work even harder to move ahead. God bless you, my friends.